Hi, welcome to Shaman's Corner. I decided to do this video because I was supposed to do a video Friday evening. Some things happened and I just couldn't pop on at the time that I wanted to. Also, what a lot of you don't know, and I didn't post this out, is that I lost another family member, and I've been having some difficult times with myself, dealing with that grief. And so it's just been a little heaviness this week for me. So a lot of things have been happening. There's a lot of positive stuff going on this week, but also a lot of heaviness going on a personal level, but also heaviness going on an external level. So I'm just kind of catching up on my emotions. In the last few days, probably 3 days, I've really been sitting with fire lately and connecting with fire, releasing some things that no longer serve me or things that I shouldn't be keeping within, and just kind of really having that time. I'm very fortunate to have a fireplace in my home, so I've usually been sitting with fire a lot and utilizing that energy to do a lot of clearing for myself and a lot of healing work for myself. So I just kind of gone quickly, unexpectedly gone inward a little bit. And Friday, I had posted this link. It was having to deal with a man, a non-native man, wearing buffalo as his garment with, paint of the flag on his face, and coming out and saying he was a shaman, and that, he was expressing his truth about his beliefs and his intuitiveness. He was exposing a lot of some of these things, people who are really strong believers in New Age and the intuitiveness and into that type of direction. And there were so many mixed feelings on that. There were so many people who were like, yay, he's speaking his truth. And then all of a sudden you just saw a lot of people who were just very angry, using the word charlatan, hearing people saying he's makes those, it's quote, not my quote, but quote, that somebody stated that they're making a lot of us holistic practitioners look horrible, and having this is why people judge us the way they do, because of people like this. And it was just a lot of negativity. And I actually scrolled down on the comments. This is something I just recently started using Twitter again. So I was looking at it and I was watching and reading all these comments. And majority, I could say a good 90% of those comments was just so negative, saying their opinions and saying how they felt. And so I was curious to see, I call you earth babies. What did my earth babies have to say? So I posted it on my page and I asked for people to post a GIF to how they felt. And I still got comments on it. People literally commented on it, and then they posted a GIF. Some of the GIFs I couldn't figure out. I had to kind of sit with it and try to figure out what it meant. But as I was reading it, there was one question, and that question was, do I find that disrespectful? How do I feel being indigenous from my own culture and having somebody do that? I would honestly say, my opinion, had it been like 20 years ago, I would have been infuriated. I would have been angry. I would have been saying the exact same words that some of these people were saying. This person's a charlatan, this person is disrespectful, he's trying to steal our culture, and don't crop me and take my words and then post it somewhere and say that I did say that. I'm saying this is what my personality back in my 20s when I was younger would have thought. But currently, right now, and my own personal journey and my new way of thinking through spiritual growth of my own, is that I lecture a lot on authenticity. I connect with a lot of non-natives who strongly feel Native American within themselves and have this feeling and sense of insecurity and feel like they don't have a right to expose themselves of how they truly feel. And I have spoken at lectures and I've said, if this is who you are, if this is who you feel is on the inside and you want to share it on the outside, then it should only matter to you. And for this person to step out wearing all this regalia, wearing all that stuff, even my elders now would find that disrespectful. But on a personal level, as me, as an individual, as Dialva Ward, you know, there is that, like I posted, I was like, what the F? You know, because it's like, whoa, it was like in my face. And, you know, again, it's the whoa comes from, you know, being in my home and not being out and about and not being exposed too much. I've just been really isolated quite a bit. So I haven't really looked at social media at all. I haven't looked at anybody else's posts or follow much of anybody. I don't watch the news. I haven't watched anything. But all of a sudden, in the last month, I've been guided to start looking at those things. So I started going, and that was one of the first things that I started to see. And for me, it was like, whoa, what the F? You know, and that was my human experience, because it was just like, wow, it would never be something I would think I would see. And there are some people who see it more often than others. But for me, on a personal level, I haven't seen anything like this. And then the next thought is, you know, my thinking is, well, change has to occur. And change doesn't happen until somebody gets upset about something, or somebody is standing up for something. So regardless of what the situation was or why he's doing what he's doing, he's being himself. He loves the energy that emanated off of him is that he truly believes what he said. He loves himself is kind of what I felt from him. And he had an opportunity to speak his truth. And I guarantee you some people who were in that situation who would love to wear whatever they want to wear, whether it's indigenous to another culture, is if you were put on the spot and a camera's in your face, would you truly be honest with how you felt about who you are? You know, you may shy, or maybe you would say, no, I don't want to be on camera or anything like this. But this person's standing there and saying, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I believe. And he's not caring what anybody else thinks. And so from me on a spiritual level, I'm looking at this, you know, this is what's going to happen and occur in 2021 is about stepping into your truth of who you are. Whatever that may be. And it can be different from everyone else. And you have to understand, 2021 is not going to be an easy year. 2020 was difficult and challenging on personal levels in a different manner. But 2021 is going to be extremely challenging. And January and February into March is like, you know, that pimple comes to head and it's finally popping out. We're ready to pop it. And that's what's occurring. And I also want to do this video because I've had some dreams. And a lot of you who follow me know I don't like to share a lot of dreams, because some of these dreams that occur, I don't want to scare anybody. I don't like putting people in fear. It makes me uncomfortable. And I don't want that responsibility. So these feelings and these dreams that are coming is, one of the dreams is there's a sense of feeling of me feeling the need to check up on people. It's a feeling that I need to share how to move through this. You know, the boat is really going to be rocked again. And that panic is going to start coming into place. And it's that survival mode. You know, we saw that in March when, at the beginning of 2020, our survival modes kicked in and everybody was buying all sorts of stuff up again. We may start to see that in certain areas again, that is going to start occurring. And hopefully people learn again not to go out and just be greedy and take everything, versus take what you need so that others can have what they need too. So there's a lot of things that need to be in balance, and hoping that what we experienced that March and April last year, that we learn from that, and that when we're going into 2021, that we're really going to make some changes. But like I spoke last year, if you don't know who you are, and if you have not changed your foundation, if you've not recognized what your truth is, when the world gets chaotic, which we're already going into that direction, for the next 2 months, you're going to feel so ungrounded and lost again. And it's going to be struggling with belief, struggling with understanding things. That's why it was so important last year, the end of October into November and December, was to really solidify your foundation of who you are and your identity, so that when things started to happen January, February, and what I said was, it's like spinning around when you're a little kid, going in circles, and if you didn't have a focal point, you fall down. Well, you're going to fall down January and February because you don't have a focal point. This is where community comes into play. This is where you speak about what you're feeling and you find that support in others. And those of you who are standing strong and are the pillars of light, you need to be there creating your platform so people can see you, so people can be guided to you, to connect friendships and relationships with you, so that they don't feel alone, that what you say and what you do brings light to them and it helps them through their daily life. Thank you for tuning in. Much love to all of you. Many blessings. Bye.